Hey everyone, and welcome back to your English fluency lesson. Now, we are in Unit 1, and this is lesson number 18, which is all about talking about the past nice and fluently. So, to get started, let's take a look at our very first sentence, which is yesterday I went to the store. Yesterday, I went to the store. Now, how can we smooth this out? You'll notice there's a comma there. We gave a specific time, yesterday, which means we have to put some emphasis on this, which means we can't blend it into the next word. So, yesterday, there's going to be a break. Cool. Now let's look at the rest of the sentence. This we can usually blend. So, I want. I want huge change in the shape of my mouth, so it's not going to blend, right? Went. I went. I went. See, that is a huge change in the shape of my mouth, which means we can't blend that either. So yesterday I went. Now let's look at the rest of it. I went to, oh, there, throw away a T. There's our first blend. Went to what? I went to the store. So there are three pieces in this sentence. Yesterday, I went to the store. Cool. Repeat after me. Yesterday, I went to the store. Yesterday, I went to the store. Remember, the becomes the most of the time, the store, because it just smooths out everything. So we could say, hey, Chris, where did you go? Yesterday I went to the store. Yesterday I went to the store. So we could have a question before this. Let's say you were asking a friend, where did you go? So let's put that in there. Let me type that down. Where did you go? Okay. Now, we can change the sentence around as well. The yesterday doesn't have to be in the beginning. Let's change that now. Usually, we would say it if we're answering a question, the time would be at the end of the sentence. So, where did you go? And our answer will be, I went to the store when? Yesterday. Do you see that? If we're answering a question, right, a direct question, where did you go? The time, yesterday, will be on the end of the sentence. This is just a normal way of speaking, okay? But if you're just maybe starting a conversation, someone over here has told what they were doing, and now it's your turn to talk about it, you would say, yesterday I went to the store, okay? But if you're answering a direct question, time is on the end. Cool? Beautiful. Let's practice this part. Where did, where did, where did you? Where did you go? Where did you go? But remember, it's a question, so our tone goes up. Where did you go? Where did you go? So repeat after me. Where did you go? Where did you? That you becomes a j sound, right? Like a zh. J. Where did you? Ju. Where did you go? Where did you go? Where did you go? So now we can answer this question, right? So repeat after me. Where did you go? I went to the store yesterday. "Hmm, Where did you go? I went to the store yesterday. Cool, right? Nice and smooth. Let's take a look at our second sentence, which is I watched a movie last night. I watched a movie last night. Now you'll notice that the ed is a t sound when I say this. Anytime a sentence ends in this ch, or not a sentence, the word, anytime the word ends with a ch or an sh, the shape of our mouth, right? The ed becomes a t, okay? Why? Because if I said watched, it's a lot harder to do, and it sounds funny. So we don't want to do this. We want it to be nice and smooth, right? So CH, the ED, is going to be a T sound, okay? Nice, sharp T. So I watched a movie last night. Let's blend this. No blend, right? I watched what? So there's a break right there. I watched I watched remember TA? We can change to a t. I watched t. That's how we're going to connect that. Even though it's not a smooth connection, we're still going to do it. I watched a movie. I watched moo. It's all just a kind of a continuation of the sound, like a dirty blend. Not really a blend, but it's a blend, right? I watched the movie, ta, right? That T from watched becomes ta. I watched a movie when? Last night. Huh. I watched a movie last night. Repeat after me. I watched a movie last night. Yeah, I watched a movie last night. So now we can ask our question, which is perfect because the time is at the end of our sentence anyways. So that's how we want it to go. What did you do? I say, what did you do? What did you do? Let's keep the same question. What did you do yesterday? Right? What did you do yesterday? I spelled it wrong on my. Okay, I spelled it wrong. That's fine. You didn't see that, but I did. So our question will be, what did you do yesterday? What did you do yesterday? Repeat after me. What did you do yesterday? Remember, have that tone go up, right? What did you do yesterday? Right? Nice tone up. What did you do yesterday? I watched a movie last night. Okay, so repeat after me. Let's put it all together. What did you do yesterday? I watched a movie last night. What did you do yesterday? I watched a movie last night. Actually looked down to make sure I said the sentence right again. Sometimes I forget what I'm reading here. Let's go on to our third sentence, okay? It's quite easy, right? It's just this past tense thing. We've no real issues with it, okay? So our third sentence is, she called me in the afternoon. In the afternoon. Oh, Chris didn't say the. Let's try this out and see which one it's going to be. Is it going to be the afternoon or the afternoon? So she called. She called. Oh, that doesn't really go together. My mouth is a very different shape, so we can usually tell if it's going to blend. If the shape of our mouth is really different, it's probably going to be hard to blend. So she called, she called, she called, she called me, she called, right? It's ED, right? LL, call. See where my tongue is? How do I know it's not a called? Because it's hard to do, right? So I know it's a D sound. Called, d. Easy. Okay. Think about where your tongue is in the shape of your mouth for that word, and you can usually tell if it's a D sound or a T sound for past tense. This one's easy. Our tongue is already there for the L's, so it's clearly a D, right? Now, she called me, hard D. So we got a break there because it's a hard D. She called me when? So we have our break there. She called me in the afternoon. In the afternoon. Oh, I said the again. Why? It's a specific time. Not super specific, but it's still a time. In the afternoon. She called me she called me in the afternoon. You could do it that way, I suppose, but that doesn't feel good in the mouth. That the tongue seems like it's fighting me. She called me in the afternoon, in the afternoon, in the afternoon, which one sounds better to you? You could do either one. Let's call it that. But for me, the is way easier. Me, because me on the first half of my sentence, it kind of rhyme. Me, the. See, it has different sounds. I'm looking for that kind of fluency to it, right? That nice, smooth sound. And if I can get a rhyme, wonderful. That's a bonus point, right? Me in thee, me in thee. So I prefer thee. But if you can do the, go ahead. She called me in the afternoon. So repeat after me. She called me in the afternoon. Hmm. She called me in the afternoon. Good. She called me in the afternoon. Cool. Now, we need a question, right? Because this is an answer to something. So we could say, when? When? Oh my, I can't spell. When did she call you? Okay. When did she call you? Now, we could even be more specific. When did she call you last Friday? Okay. When did she call you last Friday? Repeat after me. Well, no, don't repeat after me. Let's blend it first. I don't know why. I get excited, so I want you to repeat. When did, when did, almost like Wednesday, right? So we can put that together. When did she call? There's our break. When did she call? When did she call? There's no sound there, right? But we're still going for when did she call you? There. When did she call you? Last Friday. See that? Even though there's no true break right there, we stopped our sound. Think about where our lips are. When did she call you? When did she call you? I feel like there's a hair on my face. The whole time I'm just patting my nose, but I don't know what it is. Maybe it's my mustache was touching my nose. When did she call you? When did she call you? Call you? When did she call you? Last Friday. Repeat after me. When did she call you? Last Friday. When did she call you last Friday? Hmm. Maybe we're trying to discover if a friend is not telling us the truth. When did she call you last Friday? you know? And then our answer would be, she called me in the afternoon. So let's put all this together. Repeat after me. When did she call you last Friday? She called me in the afternoon. When did she call you last Friday? Oh, she called me in the afternoon. Trying to get her story straight. Uh-oh. Okay, let's move on to our fourth sentence, which is they they had lunch at 12. 12. Why don't we say noon? Because we cleared up which 12. How? We said lunch. Lunch, we all know lunch is in the middle of the day, right? We all know this. So I can say 12 here. If I didn't say lunch or clear up which 12, I would say noon or midnight, right? But here, we know which 12 it is because lunch happens in the middle of the day. Cool. So they had lunch at 12. Let's blend this together, right? They had. We're just carrying that vibration from they, right? They had what? They had lunch. My tongue comes up for that D, and L is right there too, right? So they had lunch. I didn't really make a D there, did I? They had lunch. They had. I'm just stopping that sound. That's enough to make the D sound. They had lunch when? At 12. Remember, if we answer a question, a new question, we want to break there. They had lunch at 12. Repeat after me. They had lunch at 12. It's a fact, so it's neutral. They had lunch at 12. Cool. So we could say, hmm, what did they do together? Let's ask our question. What what did they do together? Ooh, maybe it's a date, right? So let's break this one down. What did? What did? We have a T and a D. Remember, two hard sounds. We throw away the first one. So there's no T sound. What did? What did? What did they? What did they? There's a D and a T there. Do we throw something away? Listen. What did they? What did they? Think about the word did. Did. The first D is really hard. The second D is just kind of there. It's soft. What, just did. See, I'm not going did, right? There's no follow-up hard D as the first hard D. So we already have a soft D for that word. What, drop the T. What did, tongue comes up. See that? Tongue comes up. What did, what did? Now we're going to make the T for they. So that D kind of naturally gets thrown away because of the word did, which is kind of a real closed D at the end. So what did they? What did they? What did they? Oh, there it is. What did they? Second part. Do together. Do together. What did they do? What did they do? I guess we could put D on there. What did they do? There's a little break there. What did they do? What did they do together? When? Okay. How together? Woo, I'm struggling, but I'm making it. I'm making it work here. What did they do together? There. Repeat after me. What did they do together? Yeah. What did they do together? All right. Ooh, some gossip, right? Let's get our tone up because we're excited and it's a question. What did they do together? Tell me, right? Now let's put it all together. What did they do together? They had lunch at 12. Scandal, right? Repeat after me. What did they do together? They had lunch at 12. Mm. What did they do together? They had lunch at 12. Just imagine it sounds like gossip or something, right? We're just kind of, what happened? What happened? So we could easily do that. Let's talk about our fifth sentence, which is last week I visited, hard D there, my friend. Last week I visited my friend. Let's blend this out. Well, last week. Ooh, T goes away because it's easier to say. Last week. What happened? Last week, all right? What did I do? Last week, I visited my, visited my friend. So it's kind of three pieces here, right? Listen close. Last week, I visited my friend. Last week, boom, I visited my friend. Before and after the I. So repeat after me. Last week, I visited my friend. Last week, I visited my friend. Last week, I visited See, there's a little break there. I visited my friend. Last week, I visited my friend. Cool. So what would our question be for that? What did you do last week, right? So what did you do last week? What did you do last week? Now, let's blend that. What did, same thing. What did you do? Just like our last one. What did you do last week? Right? We clear it up for that time. That's our break. What did you do last week? So repeat after me. What did you do last week? What did you do last week? Sounds great. What did you do last week? Okay, now let's put all of it together. Ready? Repeat after me. What did you do last week? Last week, I visited my friend. What did you do last week? Last week, I visited my friend. See how easy it is? These questions, we're basically repeating them, right? Like I've been saying, these are simple sentence patterns that we change one or two small details and everything can still follow that same blend. We didn't have to practice that too much. Let's take a look at our sixth sentence, which is this morning. Ooh, so it's today, but it's past tense because this morning I had breakfast at 8. I'm finished, right? So it's still past tense. So let's blend this out. This, see the shape of my mouth? This more, real easy to blend that. This morning, what? This morning, I had breakfast, tongue comes up for that. Had breakfast when? At 8. At 8. Cool. There's our pieces. Let's put this together here. This morning, I had breakfast at 8. There's our blend. This morning, I had breakfast at 8. Repeat after me. This morning, I had breakfast at 8. This morning, I had breakfast at 8. Okay. So we could have a simple question, right? Uh, what did you do this morning? What did you do? Same thing. What did you do this morning? Morning. Okay, so here's our question. We've already blended most of this sentence. So watch, we're just adding that little detail there. We're changing it. What did you do when? This morning. Okay. What did you do this morning? This morning. Same. Okay. Same. See? These same blends. What did you do this morning? Repeat after me. What did you do this morning? We want that tone to go up, right? What did you do this morning? Maybe we're a little angry, right? What did you do this morning? Even angry, the tone's still went up. What did you do this morning? Morning, right? Now let's put it all together, okay? Let's put all this together. What did you do this morning? This morning, I had breakfast at 8. What did you do this morning? This morning, I had breakfast at 8. And you could easily change any of these small details. What did you do this morning? I had breakfast at 9. It's not really breakfast anymore, but hey, what did you do this morning? I had breakfast at 6. And then we could add another detail. What did you do this morning? I had breakfast at 6 and then drove to work, which most people do, so it's not really special, but you get the idea, right? What did you do this morning? I had breakfast at 6 and then drove to work. Who wants to go to work? But we have to. Nothing we can do about that. So that was pretty easy, right? Let's take a look at what our topic is for the next lesson. It's going to be describing locations. This is a great lesson. We are going to talk about how to tell someone about a location, adding those details that really change the sentences to fit each location. It's going to be an awesome one, right? Lots of detail, lots of ways to make these sentences nice and big, but we have to make them fluently. Lots of detail, lots of information, still can sound terrible if we're not saying it fluently. So I will see you for the next lesson where we talk about locations. See you then, okay? Goodbye.